Hey there, it's Sam here from BMT School of Music, and in today's lesson we're going to be learning Feelings by The Offspring. This is a great late 90s pop-punk song. I think it's 1999, I believe. It is a cover, so it's a punk cover of a bit more of a kind of ballad song. I can't remember who the original guy is. And there's also a really funny Muppets video that we laughed our heads off at when we were really young. Anyway, so here is how the main riff goes. It's quite fast, it's really fun. So I just played it twice then. So we've got to learn a bunch of mini 2-string chords. Then we're going to learn basically a little picking technique, 2 different picking techniques, and then assembling that all together. As you know, I love breaking things down. I've got the Songsterr tab as well to look at as we go along. So the first chord that you're going to do is what I call a backwards power chord. So all of these are on the D and the G string. So you're going to start with fret 7 on the D, so that's your first note, fret 5 on the G, and I call it a backwards power chord because it looks like a power chord that's backwards or upside down. So that's that. Now your second chord, all you're going to do is you're going to displace the third finger. So you're going to just take that one off and you're going to replace it with the second finger on fret 6 of the D. The third chord, you're going to displace that second finger with fret 5 on the D. Now, sometimes I do it like that, because it means I don't have to move that finger off. Sometimes I do it like that. Whichever is the most comfortable to you. So far you've got 1, 2, 3 different chord shapes. There's 3 more. This note is going to continue to go down, because so far it's gone 7, 6, 5. It's going to carry on 2. Can you guess what comes next? 7, 6, 5. Well done. 4. So fret 4 on the D. But the other note is actually going to change for the first time. So this is going to change to 7 on the G. So now what looks like a stretched power chord, or what would actually really be called a slash power chord. I'm not going to go into why that is now, but you have 4 on the D, 7 on the G. That's your fourth chord. The next one, the first finger, is again going to continue to go down. So it went 7, 6, 5, 4, and next it's going to be 3. So you're going to go down to 3. This is a huge stretch. It's a really, really good exercise for your fingers. So you've got 3 on the D, 7 on the G. But this is much more of a sort of intermediate song. So should be quite manageable. So that's your fifth chord. The last one is the first one where actually this lower note goes up. And that's going to go up to fret 5, which has already been used before. So I try to memorize these chords in sets of 3. So the first 3 were that one, that one, that one. We got 7 on the D, 5 on the G. And it goes to 6 on the D, 5 on the G. Then 5 on the D, 5 on the G. Then your other set of 3, which is that. So you have 4 on the D, 7 on the G. Move down to 3 on the D, keep the 7 on the G. And then move up to 5 on the D, keeping that 7 on the G. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you've got the hang of those, then you're ready to start doing the technique. We're just going to have a very, very quick look at the tab here on Songsterr. And we can see just here at the start, that's our first chord there that we've done. And then we're going to, oops, I just did accidentally drew on the screen. And so there's our second chord just there. Third chord, fourth chord, fifth chord, sixth chord. Where's the seventh one? The sixth one, sorry. Oh, I missed, sorry. 1, can't count. 1, first chord, second chord, third chord, fourth chord, I think I missed that one. Fifth chord, then sixth chord. If that's too hard to follow, you're probably going to be better off just using the Songsterr in your own time. But if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know I'm always mucking up like that. So there we go. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to figure out how we're going to use those chords in that riff. I'm going to demonstrate the riff again. So here it is. So what we've got to do is we've got to play the chord once. That's one little part. Put that to one side. Next thing you've got to do is you're going to palm mute just the D string while you're still holding the chord. You're going to palm mute and hit that note 4 times with alternate picking. Like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got your chord. You've got your palm muting. Then what you're going to do is play the chord 4 more times, like this. You know, it's rhythmically, you've got ba, 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 ba. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So first part, 1 chord by itself. Second part, palm muting. Third part, 4 chords, little gap after the first one. You start to sequence that together, you'll start to get this. Like that. And you can repeat that as a standalone riff and gradually get that speed up. Now, if you can't get that with 1 chord, you're going to struggle with the left-hand chords. But what's going to happen is once you get that really good, it's just a case of changing that left hand. The right hand doesn't change at all. So you've got 1, then next chord, 1 chord, palm mute 4 notes, 4 more chords. Next one, 1 chord, 4 notes, 4 chords at the end. Maybe you'll play it a bit more like that. And just slightly slower speed. Now let's have a little look at the Songsterr again, just so we can recap what we've done and make sure that we're sort of learning how to read as we go through it. So this is the first bar, and then we can see segmented. If I segment it, you've got 1 chord, then you've got your 4 notes palm muted. You can see that palm mute there, and then you've got your 4 chords. You can see a little tie here. That's basically in this. You cut things short. Basically, just means that's going to go on longer. So it's like that. So you can see you've got 1 chord, then a further 3. So just go over that one more time. Let's do it in pink this time. So we've got our 1 chord by itself here. Then we've got our 4 palm muted notes, and then we've got our 4 chords at the end. And all together, like that. And what you'll notice on the tab is that the pattern looks exactly the same. It's just that the chord is different every single time. Now, for this video lesson, all I'm going to show you is how to play that main riff and just the bit of chord that's at the end before it goes into the verse. So we have got an A chord here, an A power chord, and we've also got 2 bars of an E power chord. So we're going to be doing this bar here and then these 2, which are actually exactly the same. So this chord here, that's an A power chord. So you can go fret 5 on the bottom E, 7 on the A, then pinky finger and 7 on the D. So that's that A power chord. And you're going to strum this pattern. We can see this here. Excuse me. Where we've got 2 together, 1 alone, 3 alone. We're going to go down, up on those 2. We're going to go up on this one. And on the last 3, we're going to go up, down, up. So the whole pattern is down, up, 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 down, up, like this. Down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. And if you are an intermediate player and doing this video, you should have a good grasp of strumming direction. So that's down, up, 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 down, up. Well, when you get those repeated ups, your hand is moving down in time to the music. So where you got your 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, 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 down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, 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 down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's as much detail as I'm going to give with that strumming pattern in this lesson. So that's followed by 2 bars of the E power chord, which is here. And that's on fret 7 of the A. So you go 7 on the A, 9 on the D, and 9 on the G. That gives you those 3 notes. And we're also going to include this note, which matches the chord because it's an E. And the way that that goes, if we look at the Songsterr, is you're going to pick that note first as a downstroke. And then, weirdly enough, the other 4 chords are all going to be upstrokes. So it's going to be down, up, 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 down, up, 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 up. So it's for 2 bars, down, up, up. And the funny thing is with this, if you're counting your eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all those chords land on the ands, which means they land on the ups. So it's down, up, down, up, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when you put those 2 chords together, you'll have this. Like that. And when you put the riff with it as well, you have all of that. So I hope you really enjoyed this lesson. It's a really fast song, but when you break it down and you get those techniques correct as you're going along, it's not as hard as you think. So take care and goodbye.